the silent assassin, Foster the Third. Edwin La Granada De Los Santos.
Stop breaking box. When I say break, step back clean. Any questions? Any questions? Let's keep it clean. Good luck.
Official once it reaches 4 full rounds.
And with that, we are set to go. Our first fight of the evening on a 3-fight card. Somebody's going to taste defeat for the first time. In fact, I would venture to say at least 2 and probably 3 guys will taste defeat. Nice little combination from Foster.
When you look at the amateur experience between those, that's a gaudy number for De Los Santos, but the experience is a lot closer. Although De Los Santos joined the Dominican national team at age 14, Foster has been a runner-up at the Golden Glove Nationals.
Both fighters trying to work the body a little bit early in the action here.
I think it's very important that Foster 8 first-round knockouts. So he's got some power, and he just got caught there with a good right hook.
De Los Santos is not only explosive, stutter step to set it up with that left cross.
Right now he's in retreat for the moment against De Los Santos, who's right on top of him.
Foster needs to use his skills, his speed, his movement. He's got really good technique. He's a good boxer.
It's very good body work so far by De Los Santos.
No question about it. He's very comfortable. If you watch tape of him, he'll toe the line of being dirty at times. He can be an aggressive, edgy fighter.
But remember, he's only been 6 round once. He's never been past 6 rounds.
Stop! And the one thing I felt about Foster in watching him on video is that on occasion he'll get a little wild. Final seconds of the first round, a good round for De Los Santos. So we come to round 2. Scheduled for 8.
He needs, though, for his opponent to be first. De Los Santos likes to counter with the big shots. In the only fight he did go the distance, a 6-rounder against Francisco Contreras in 2019.
I think he's got a willing partner. And Foster, who looks to me like he wants to be the aggressor, is being outquicked thus far in this fight.
Well, if you're Foster, everything from his game planning to his stamina, he has just not been here on a consistent basis. But at the same time,
the body work, I thought, of De Los Santos in the first round, very effective. Hard shots in the body.
Yeah, De Los Santos, another one. He's been working with his new trainer, Cello. Said he's been showing him to be more patient.
Let him go, let him go.
And there was some short shots there by De Los Santos. Left hand hook.
There was that counter right hand. It was just a little short.
Oh, nice counter uppercut there by. He's trying to lead us up with everything, Barry. And that shows a little bit of inexperience, which that's going to favor Foster. You know, that's his game. He wants to tire him out. They keep counting him in the corner. He's done. I mean, possible.
I don't know about that.
Then load up.
look at the body shots connected. De Los Santos 20 through a round and a half to just 2 for Foster.
Foster real confident, just walking up to him, but he's got to let some punches go. There we go.
This is round 3. We're going 8. Nice combination with Foster.
Definitely initiating the fight here. He's making De Los Santos fight. Nice overhand right there by Foster. But he's still making De Los Santos think. You know, he's throwing something at him, even though they didn't land right. But keeps his heart rate up. What is he gonna do next?
Foster's starting to dictate the terms of the fight. He's starting to
Most
make
definitely,
De Los Santos back up. And
some good body work. He's landed some good body shots. And the more the fight goes, it's going to pay off. We'll see what happens in the coming rounds. They're coming. Oh.
Good shot. Back Foster.
Out of nowhere.
That was a left uppercut to the chest.
Yes.
You saw that reaction. Santos, there can be defensive holes. He can leave himself open, leave his chin out there. One thing Foster told us in the fighter meetings, he wants to use a lot of feints to pull out those reactions.
Feint work, you know. It keeps the fighter thinking again. You feint, you throw that jab, steal him with a hard 1-2. You keep jabbing. But Foster keeps applying that pressure.
A couple of body shots from Foster.
I think this is a good round for Foster.
Again, a near clash of heads.
He's got to be careful that De Los Santos can remind him of that power in short spaces.
Exactly, those haymakers he's throwing.
Stop!
I might be jumping too much, but let's see what happens with De Los Santos in the 4th round.
Yeah, no, I agree. His pace is slowed down appreciably. This is round 4 of the scheduled 8-round fight, and I think a very pivotal round here.
Really like the body language of Foster, really the last 2 rounds. A little bit of clowning, smiling, the tongue coming out, but he's trying to show De Los Santos, I figured you out.
That was a low blow, yes, that was low.
Let's not forget, outside of that 6-round decision De Los Santos won in 2019, he's never been past 2 rounds or 3 rounds at the most.
I'm used to hitting guys and they fall. So far, Foster, and I hit him with some good shots, and he's not falling. And I believe that Foster is putting him in situations that he's never seen before so far.
Yeah.
He's getting tested.
Throwing a lot of single punches, too.
All Foster needs to do is keep touching. I see a lot of,
there was, and a cut over the left eye.
I think it was a headbutt.
I do, too.
I believe the referee warning him for leading with that elbow or the forearm there that may have caused a cut.
Now let's see what De Los Santos, let's see how he reacts with.
De Los Santos was already showing us questionable body language. This is Foster's opening to try to put his foot on the gas.
You're absolutely right. There was a right hand from De Los Santos that did get there. Stop! Come on. That eye is clearly bothering De Los Santos. I don't think that was a punch.
Punches and bunches, that's what Foster has to do. Don't worry about loading up. Flurries, a lot of flurries and one hard shot to get back to the jab.
As well, in a fight that you would assume is close right now.
Signs of frustration, and he's tired.
Part of Foster's confidence was he's fought southpaws in 5 of his last 7 fights coming in. That's a great preparation.
A couple of times too. That helps.
Yeah.
Little pesky jab that's bothering De Los Santos.
And then good right hand of the body, Foster.
For holding.
All right, we have our first opportunity for our...
Interesting to score, Barry, because I think De Los Santos won the 1st and 2nd rounds by a wider margin than Foster won his rounds. But of course, we had a point deduction, and as Brian has said, he's got all the momentum.
I have it just like he does too.
Thank you, Steve.
His power has been much of a bother to De Los Santos. I think it's more the pace,
That's what I think too.
The rhythm of Foster's rhythm is constant.
And all the combinations that De Los Santos was throwing.
Very messy, but But then again, Foster kind of gives him something to hold on to. You know, he's got to tighten up with his defense. I feel like you don't need to give the guy nothing to hold. I mean, the guy's tired. If he would just close with his defense and punch up with short little shots, he'll be more effective.
This is round 6. This is as far as De Los Santos.
Keep in mind, at any point in this fight, Foster cannot get too confident, too careless, because De Los Santos does have that power.
Good body shot. He took a right hand, but a good body shot from Foster.
Yeah, he really got some good leverage off that body shot. And again.
But he's really looking to survive the second half of the last few rounds. He's forcing the holding. He's following Foster around.
I think that's a very good point. And, you know, we talked about the fact that this fight could come down to conditioning, and that appears to be the case. Good right hand there, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Chopping right hand, started with a body shot.
Foster's chopping this tree down one punch at a time with both hands. Are you seeing enough of a jab, though, from him consistently?
That's the inexperience. I'm telling you, he's never been in this kind of situation before. And Foster is putting him in those uncomfortable situations, and this is about experience, you know. And what does he do? He gets frustrated and starts swinging wild like a street fight instead of setting it up with the jab. Oh, he threw 2 jabs there.
Yeah, right as he heard you. There's a good right hand from Foster again. It just straightened De Los Santos out. Good body shot again. So they want him to box, and we'll see if he can.
Well, I got Foster very comfortably ahead, 58-52. De Los Santos said, you know, he's had natural power since he was a kid. He was knocking out people.
Those power shots a little bit. And there's Foster's feinting is starting to work the effect he was looking for.
You see him, he's just looking for room to take a breather. You know, you saw the way he was holding him by the ropes. He says, let me get some air, and then I'm going to try to throw maybe 3 or 4 combinations, see what I could do.
Foster's doing an uppercut a moment ago, which seems like a pretty good idea the way De Los Santos is ducking.
Come on, punch out. Let's go.
Speaking of the jab, and maybe the lost art of it for De Los Santos, landing just 13 of 121, but Foster just the same, focusing more on the body than establishing a jab of his own. But the effect,
well, you know, for both, they gotta throw that jab to set up those combinations. Everything comes easy with a good, nice, solid jab, especially when you dissect with the jab, when you use the jab to the head, to the body. Change it up, and then off of that, throw your fast combinations.
I get the sense Foster's just doing enough every round to keep winning rounds. In our fighter meetings, and he's still that way. So this is round number 8, the final round of this fight.
Where he said the grenade, when he lands the grenade, he makes a big mess.
Saw Foster's trainer, Luis Rose, a senior, challenge him playfully in the corner before round, saying, you got enough for this final round. They know.
Uppercut dug in by De Los Santos.
I'm not saying the same urgency of a fighter who doesn't know the scorecards, and neither do we officially, but seems to need to know.
Not in my eyes.
Previous round.
Yeah. Definitely don't see no sense of urgency in but don't forget, we've seen some bad decisions. And
Yes, we
never
have.
know what's going to happen.
Yes, we have. De Los Santos, a little activity here now. More competitive round for De Los Santos in this round. De Los Santos thought there was another clash of heads.
Appeared to have, at least in an amateur category, but it's the experience of William Foster III, to Raul's point earlier, that is.
Yeah, it's going to be I think a confidence-building victory, but a confidence-building victory, I believe, for Foster. I think there's a lot to be learned from it. That's it.
For the winner, by split decision, William the Silent Assassin Foster III.